Hi there, good morning, folks. Due to load shedding schedules, we've decided to amalgamate the two Fairview previews into one. So I'm joined by Nino Podesta and MX, who's on the road already this morning, just before 8 o'clock. And we're here to talk about the Fairview meeting. Good morning to you, Nino Podesta.
Good morning, Nico, and good morning, MX.
Morning, MX. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm good, and you?
Good. Well, I'm not there with you to swim on the beach today. We went to the beach last Friday. I'm not there with you today, but I'll be with you next month. We'll go back to the beach and sip cocktails on the beach because we've been tipping really well. We had another good day yesterday at the Val.
Yes, Nico. Yes, Nico.
I hope you were listening out to the Val selections. Nino, were you listening to my Val selections yesterday by any chance?
Absolutely, Nico. I think you tipped the first five and the last one.
Yeah, we had a good day yesterday, so that was very nice. I hope you guys can do the same. Let's go through it. I know we've got time constraints, so let's try and run through it as we can. I'm going to put Nino's selections up, MX, as well, so you can have a look at those. But we'll go through to the first race, which is a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. And here in race one, scratch number 7, Peranzada is out. Let's go firstly to MX. What do you like in race one?
Nico, in race one, my first choice is number 1, Nico. It's been trying very hard, number 1. They've tried Muzi there, they've tried Smanga there. Yeah, I think this time around they choose 40. Yeah, I think this time around a systematic event will finally come off the maidens, followed by number 4, that is Kum Kum. Then number 3, that is Connection. Then number 2, that is Siberian Fox.
Okay, so 1, 4, 3, 2. Nino, you think the seismic event is eventually going to get out of the maiden ranks today?
Well, it should. I mean, if you go on form and racing fitness, then obviously a seismic event is always to go for. Connection hasn't run since April, but he does bring some fair Joburg form. And then I thought the improver could be number 6. If you have a look at his last run, 7 lengths behind Tanganga. I believe Tanganga won a very good race yesterday. So that form is not looking too shabby.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's definitely a horse that cost a lot of money to breed. That sire Caravaggio, I think, costs a couple of $10,000 to breed Caravaggio. So 1, 3, and 6 are the numbers with the addition of number 4, Goom Goom, from MX's perspective. Let's go to race 2, 10 past 1 for a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. Here, there are no changes in the second race. By the way, Jason Gates and Wayne Agrella are 2 riders not riding today. MX, what do you like in race 2?
Nico, my first choice in race 2 is going to be number 1, Zimit Al Kulfai, followed by number 10, that is Lady Cartouche. Then number 4, that is Mia Kalisi. Then number 2, Liffy Miss KJ.
Okay, 1, 10, 4, and 2. 1 and 10 being the common numbers over there, Nino. You like Lady Chartouche rather, to win it. Richard Ferry for Alan Greff. She's well bred, isn't she?
She's bred in the purple, Nico, and with Richard Ferry nicely drawn at 5. I think she's a horse to beat. I agree with MX, number 1. Dreamt I could fly, will prefer the 1,200, so that's a big runner. And then Nico, Hazy Crazy Night. I know the distance is still a bit short, but they put the blinkers on. And if this horse is up there with the pace, he's got the finish, and I think he could run a big race today, Nico.
Today, yeah.
So I'm sure they put the blinkers on, so he's not two-way off, or he doesn't find himself too much off the pace like he did last time, because over the 1,200 he's never going to make up that ground. So the blinkers are there to sharpen him up. If he's not too far off them, I think he can finish. He can finish in the money. 1, 3, and 10 for me.
1, 3, and 10, as you heard from MX, he likes number 1, Dreamt I Could Fly. Samanga Kamalo back aboard for Gavin Smith. Let's go to the third race of the day, which is the start of the Pick 6, a maiden over 1,600 meters, runs at 1:45 this afternoon. Just quickly having a look at this changes in the third race. Number 3, Coupe Royal, is ridden by Ryan Munger. Number 1, Copernicus, has a compression mask fitted. Nina, I'll start off with you. You're going with number 4, Last Storm, ahead of number 5, Vuvuzela Umlilo, and number 1, Copernicus. Those are your top 3.
Yeah, and I don't see anything much, but you got to keep an eye on this unrest horse, Nico, Imperial Winter. This is a very weak maiden, and it's not going to take a horse with a lot of ability to win a race like this. So that first time of Gavin Smith has to be watched closely. Have a look at it going down. Have a look at the betting, and then make up your mind on that, because. But you don't need it in the pick 6. But I suppose it's a chance. The PA and the biped would have run by then, so I wouldn't be leaving it out just on breeding alone. Last Storm, the only thing that concerns me comes out of the same line as the Federal Reserve. Remember last week they punted Federal Reserve like the result was known.
Yeah,
and this horse comes out of the same form line behind Globe Tonic, and it's a bit of a concern. So it should win. I think it's got the form to win. But I would be adding a couple in the bipod just to be safe. So I'm going 4, 5, 1, and 8.
Okay, MX, what are your thoughts in race 3?
Yeah, Nico, I think my choices are almost like the same as Nino's choices, because I'm also going with 4, 5, 8, and 1. Yeah, 8 is a first timer. 8 is a first timer from Smith Yard, of which Smanga, I think last time was on Copernicus, and Copernicus always getting scratched on the gates there.
Yes.
So maybe this time around, yes, I have to go with the first timer, because you'll never know with Copernicus, might be scratched again for the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my choices are 4, 5, 8, and 1. I think 8 you will have to put an eye on 8, Imperial Winter.
Okay, so the folks are big on the 8 if it comes to the party today, but 4, 5, 1, and 8, mix those numbers up in the 3rd. The 4th is off at 2:25 start of the first jackpot. This is a handicap merit rated 81 over 1900 meters. Just quickly, the changes here: 10 Euphoric, Devon Ashby, 11 Van Gogh is ridden by Louis Mkotwa, who is plus half a kilo, riding number 11 Van Gogh. Right, Nino, your selection here in race 4. You're going first to number 4. That's your first one, Atkinson Grimshaw, ahead of 3, A Blue Azure, which you haven't departed from, 9, Third Gold Rock, and then 5, Irish Rain. Is it open, or are you going for something confidently here?
No, very open, and no confidence at all. And hopefully MX can help me here. I just think that Atkinson Grimshaw could run a big race. He ran behind Ideal Angel, and we saw Ideal Angel come out to win by 7 lengths.
11.
A couple of days
11
ago.
lengths.
11.
Yeah, 11 lengths.
Well, it absolutely dawdled up, and he ran 2 lengths behind it. A Blue Azure was ridden wrongly last time. Richard Fourie came from a wide draw and took the horse to the front, and he didn't like that, so he's going to be restrained. I think he'll run an improved race. What else is there? I think there's so many horses that can win it. Assured, Euphoric, Gold Rock, if he stays, could be a big runner. Irish Rain can cause an upset. This is a minefield. Let's ask MX to help us.
Yeah, well, that's the point. This is a race where MX brings out something out the fire here. Normally, these are the races he tips nicely and finds the roughie. MX, who's your top one?
Yeah, Nico, this is the race which I think was very, very tough for me. And then I had to choose my value bet in this race as my first choice. That is number 10. That is number 10, Euphoric, who was supposed to be rated by Jason Gates. Now is Stephen Ashby. So number 10 is my first choice. The horse has been racing some good races. I say the last run was Rashid Benika. 3rd behind my boy Risi. That's my first choice, Gold Rock. I mean Euphoric. And then my second choice, that is number 1. That is Ashwood from this man's stable with Pumim Joker. Second behind Jacob Latter. I like that, Ashwood. And then my 3rd choice is number 4, Artisan Grimshaw, who ran second behind Ideal Angel. And then my last choice would be number 3, a blue one, so with Richard Forey.
Okay.
So that's my numbers:
So
10,
common,
1, 4, and 3.
common numbers there, 3 and 4. But you heard it from MX that he likes the 10 to come ahead here and be the value bet. Number 10, Euphoric at 10-1. Okay, we've got to move along, guys, to race 5. Race 5 comes up next at 3 o'clock this afternoon, a classified stakes over 1,900 meters. Let me tell you that in race 5, number 2, Young Nelson's ridden by Devon Ashby. That's the jockey change there. MX, I'm going to start off with you in race 5. And what's your choice here?
Nico, I have just put my head on the block on this one in race 5. I'm going with the newcomer in PE from Zisman Staple with Marco van Rensburg. That is number 7, Tozetti. Yeah, when I'm looking at Tozetti's form line, I'm seeing some very, very good horses in Cape Town. All the good horses I see there. So Tozetti might be my first choice here in race 5, followed by number 1. That is American Landing, the horse I like a lot. I'm really impressed with American Landing, Nico, even though he's not winning the races, but the finishing of the races is very, very good from American Landing. And that's my second choice. And then my third choice would be number 3, Heathcliff, Richard Forey, with Cliff. And then my fourth choice would be number 12, Secret Link, Smanga Kumalo and Smith.
Okay, so there we go. Tozetti is MX's top choice. Nino, I see you've tipped that second. You're going for Heathcliff here.
The only reason why I tipped it for second is because of the poly. Otherwise, I would have made it a clear first choice. I think it's a big runner, and I only like Heathcliff. American Landing, I've told MX, I don't know how many times horse can't run on the poly, so you can forget about that. That cannot win. So for me, 3 and 7.
Okay, 3 and 7. Okay, nice bit of banter there. But Tozetti is the common horse in race 5 from these Eatsman or stays in yard. We'll see what happens with American Landing. MX laughing over there. Might have the last laugh. Okay, race 6 off at 15:35 is a merit-rated 68 handicap over 1,200 meters. In race 6, number 8, Born as Stars, ridden by Devon Ashby. Number 7, Razor Red, has a compression mask. Right, let's move on to, let's go to Nino. Your selection here is number 9, Cool Runnings.
Yeah, Cool Runnings, El Romanelli and Soweto Road. And I think that El Romanelli on the penultimate run is waited to turn the form around with Cool Runnings, but Cool Runnings keeps on improving. He's drawn 11. He can do it again. So 1, 2, and 11 for me. Where's my tippings here?
1, 2, and 9. You're tipping 9.
1, 2, and 9.
1, 2,
in
and
no
9.
particular order. But I think that El Romanelli could be the lurker in this field.
Okay, what about MX? 9, 2, and 1 on Nino's first choices, race 6. How are you seeing it?
Okay, Nico, my first choice in race 6 is number 2. I think looking at number 2 and number 9, those are the two good horses in the race. Yeah, the weight difference between 2 and 9 is about 5 kilos difference. Yeah, number 2 is drawn third, and then number 9 is drawn 11.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Ches Mujang will use that in his favor, and with the weight difference between the two, I think the tables will be turned there with number 2 winning the rest, between number 9, followed by number 4. That is Victory of Dubai, and then I've got number 15 as well. That is Picture at the Moment.
Okay.
I'm going to add one horse in for you guys here. That is number 11, Roger the Dodger. Only because Marco van Rensburg knows this horse well, and he might do something on it today. Duncan McKenzie stable in good form. So if you're adding horses in there, add number 11, Roger the Dodger in the 6th. Let's go to the feature today, race 7 at 4, the Founders Trophy, 1,600 meters. MX, who are you tipping in the feature race today? Who's your top choice? Nino's going for Bold Resolve.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, Nico. I initially go with Bold Resolve, but when I started more, I thought, okay, I think Grazing the Grass is the best choice for me. Number 3, followed by number 7. That is You Know Who ran 4th, 1.5 lengths behind Cat Daddy in a feature race. Yes, I think with carrying with only 53.5 on top, drawn 2, you know who might be a big threat in this race. Might be a big threat. And then number 6, that is Ferrari Ice. I think is also a good one, drawn 1. And then number 5, that is Port Resolve. So those are my numbers: 3, 7, 6, and 5.
3, 7, 6, and 5 for MX. Nino, just elaborate on your choice of bold result, because I see that you've tipped it as your best bet of the day.
That's a new PE champ, and it's going to go through the divisions. I think I can't see Global Drama giving it 6.5 kilos. It couldn't give it 3.
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Nico, this horse is going through the divisions. I don't know if you've seen it in the ring. I don't know if you called the last race. It's a big, imposing. I think he's bigger than Global Drama. He's just going to keep on winning. I think this is the next PE champ. Very hard to beat. I think it's the best bet on the card. And the only danger is grazing in the grass. So 5 and 3 for me.
Okay, 5 and 3. And the last race of the day runs at 20 to 5. A fillies and mares 66 handicap. It's over 1,300 meters. In race 8, just very quickly, the change. Number 11, the scratch. She's a kind of magic. Number 3, Cape Princess Devon Ashby rides. Nina, I'm going to start it with you because you may lose your power in the next minute or two. You've gone for a value bet in this race, in race 8.
MX is going to help us in this race. I believe, studying the squad, I just believe that Gavin Smith is going to win it. And I think Global Goddess is a value better. 10 to 1 with Manga Kumala. It also came from Cape Town, from the Candice Bass. Forget about the 2 runs with the blinkers. The blinkers didn't help the horse. The runs without the blinkers were good, and I'm glad to see it coming down to 1,300 meters, so the shorter distance. And I really do believe that Gavin Smith has got this race between the 4 and the 9. And at 10 to 1, Global Goddess will be my value bet on the card.
Yeah, that's your value bet. We'll come up to that in a moment. 10 to 1. MX, how did you see the last race?
Yeah, Nico, the last race is a tough one, Nico. But I'm thinking that Kelly Mitchell Staple will close the rest the meeting today with Sandy Lekati.
Yeah,
Number 5,
Outlet. Yeah.
Yes, I think that one is a certain. I think Outlet is gonna win that race easy. Looking at the rest lifetime behind the Rose of Payu, I think Outlet, for me, I should bank an Outlet, even though it's a tough one. It's the last one, everyone is pushing there. But Outlet, for me, is my first choice, followed by number 1. That is Rhythm of the Rain. Then number 4, Iqembu Labesifazane. And then number 13, that is One Bite at a Time.
Okay, so there we go. And Nino,
what does it?
He's added an Outlet. He likes Outlet quite strongly here to win it. Number
okay, it's not. What about the draw, MX? The 12 draw.
Yeah, the 12 draw, I don't think it's a big threat, because last time it was drawn 8, he ran second. I don't think, and next time, if you see that combination of Kelly Mitchell and Sandy Lekati, you must know that something is coming on. So
okay.
for me, that combination works very, very well. So
thank you. By the way, what does that number 4? What does that word mean?
It's like Iqembu is something like I can say is like a.
Well, Fazani is woman, isn't it? Isn't it woman? Got
yeah, women,
woman?
It's like a women's soccer team. If I can, if I'm
right, okay.
Yeah, Fazani is woman. So okay.
Yeah, what about that? Yeah, what about that horse you liked last time, State of Mind? You don't give that a chance now with Louis McCockfler up.
Yeah, I was concerned, of this was like why they put in Otto now, of which I think there is something on. Yeah, but the feedback I got from the last 2 jockeys that I think doesn't want to run. So State of Mind,
yeah.
I'll have to.
Never, very important. You follow your horses. I know you tipped it at big price.
Yeah, I tipped it like 2 times, 3 times in a row, but it was picked up.
Okay.
Nino, before you go, my power's just gone off, so yours is likely to go up very, very shortly. I want you to try and run through your bipot numbers that you've tipped, and then I'll close it with MX as well. Let's go to your bipot numbers. Do you want to take us through them? Starts in the first.
Yeah, and MX can add first leg 1, 3, and 6 seismic event connection and joyous jubilee. By 3 and 10 hazy crazy night and lady cartouche. Yeah, the people if they want to bank a lost storm, but I'm like I said, I'm very wary of this. So I put in 1 Copernicus lost storm, number 4. Number 8, Imperial Winter, and number 5, Vuvuzela Umlilo. Then I've only gone 2 horses, a Blue Azure and Atkinson Grimshaw, by 3 and 7, Heathcliff and Tozetti, and then 2 and 9, which is Soweto Rose and Cool Runnings.
What does Tozetti mean? I mean, it's Italian, isn't it? What is?
I think it's a surname. It doesn't mean anything. It's someone's surname, I think.
Okay. MX might be back with us. MX is back with us. That must have been Richard Fourie asking where you were, was it?
No, Nico, I don't know what was it. It just cut off. It wasn't Richard.
Okay.
Just cut
Okay.
Where's Richard?
Well, you only missed.
Where's my friend Richard?
You only missed Nino going through his bipot. I'm quickly going to wrap up with Nino. His best bet of the day is race 7, number 5, Bold Resolve at 7-2. His value bet is race 8, number 9, Global Goddess at 10-1. MX, you're back with us. What's your best bet and your value bet today? Your best bet looks like Owlet in the last race.
Yes, and then my value bet is Euphoric, Nico.
Yeah.
In the fourth race, Euphoric is my value bet. My best bet is the Owlet. Yes.
It's Owlet. And then
I also like.
yes.
I also like Soweto Rose. I also like Soweto Rose in race 6. Soweto Rose to 10 tackles there.
Soweto Rose in the 6th race is another one for MX. And if you're playing that quartet in the last, how are you playing the quartet in the last?
Nico, I will roll number 5, Outlet, by number 1, Reading of the Rain, number 4, that is Ikambulabes Fazan, and number 13, that is 1 bite at a time. I think those numbers for me they are fine. If I have to 8, I will only 8 number 7.
But you might as well just box it. Why do you want to row one?
You're gonna
because I'm definitely sure, Nino, that number 5 will be there in the quartet. So
but,
when I'm rolling,
if you row in 1 horse with 3 horses, it's the same thing as just boxing the 4 horses. It's the same thing.
No, because I'm going to add in. I'm going to tell MX, because we are team players here, that he must add in number 9, Global Goddess.
Yeah.
For Nino's sake, put that one in. Yeah. Okay,
guys. Add in number 9 for me in MX.
Guys,
yeah, we're going to number 9.
We're going to leave at number 9. Guys, I want to wish you all the best. Thanks very much for doing this at late notice to readjust your schedules because of load shedding. But thanks very much, MX. Have a great day. Tell the jockeys the breakfast is on them next time. And they must take us to somewhere even better than I took you guys last week. And then,
they're already here. I'll tell them now.
Tell them right now. And then, Nino, have yourself a great day. I know that before you go, what about the soccer tonight? We're back with the soccer tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know which is it. The Portugal game. I know France will beat England tomorrow. That's all I can tell you.
France will beat England. Okay. Guys,
and I think Portugal will beat Morocco. Even though I'm hoping Morocco wins, I just can't see them beating the Portuguese. Not the way they played last time.
What about you, MX? Who's going to win the World Cup?
Brazil.
Yeah, I think Brazil. I'm hoping for Brazil and Morocco to meet on the final. I'm going for Morocco. I'm an African. Yeah. Morocco there. I'm pushing them hard to go to the final. Morocco and Brazil in the final.
Okay, guys, we've run out of time. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Have a great day's racing out at Fairview, both to MX and to Nino.
Okay, and I believe we're off for the week, so you can wish the viewers a festive season.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we might have.
Nico always said have a safe festive season.
Okay. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great day, and thanks again for adding in your input today.
Okay.
Cheers.